Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So I wanted to talk about something. It's about the education system. I feel like a lot of people complain about how, behind a lot of students are, from high school to elementary, right? And they definitely are, they definitely are dumbed down, I'll say, compared to previous generations. But I do also want to say the education system and the way it's set up, it's built, to where it feels like every generation is going to get dumber and dumber because it's about repetition, right? And it's about making a worker, not, someone that can think outside the box. School doesn't create leaders, it creates workers. Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not the person to, reinvent the wheel or whatever, or try to reinvent the education system, but I definitely do know, I don't know what may be right, but I definitely do know what's wrong, and I do know that the way our kids are learning now is very scary. I say our kids, but right, like I graduated not too long ago, but it's scary to think that Onyx will grow up in a system like that. So it just, I want him to be able to think outside the box. I want him to really use all of his mind, other than just the parts of his brain that has to rely on memory. Because like I said again, that's all school is. You just memorize, and then just spew the information on a piece of paper or a laptop. Like, I feel like being with Caprice John, it makes me realize that I do know a lot of things, right? But I feel like a lot of the things that I learn are not from school. A lot of things I learned is because I chose to go out and I chose to go seek information. I'm not, I was pretty good in school, but I'm also not relying on school. School is never what made me consider myself a smart person or an intellectual person. It's my desire to seek the knowledge, or to care or want to keep on knowing something new every day. So anyone with kids or grandkids that watch my page, I encourage y'all to make sure that y'all are being very educational parents. Make sure you're teaching your child, and make sure you're also making learning fun for them so they want to keep on learning and do it on their own. Like a lot of things start at home, but eventually, the kid is just going to start knowing things, on their own eventually. But yeah, the world is full of dummies. Make sure your kid isn't one. Y'all have a blessed day.